Okay, yeah, what happened there was we got squeezed behind by somebody and I folded, which is always a danger of calling in there. But there's an awful lot of three bets going on. I haven't seen that much squeezing. This second row down furthest to the right numbers squeeze, and not many people seem to be squeezing. So I definitely think it's a big hand. I mean, could I potentially have called on the basis I think he's got aces? Maybe. It did time down, but I was also sorting out the other videos, so I just let it go. This guy seems very aggressive. So I think I'm going to 4-bet bluff him here. And I've picked up. So I'm just going to bet. I'm going to bet small. If I had a big pair there, I'd bet small. So, and when we pick up the flush draw as well, I'm going to shove here. And I would play that the same if I had aces or anything else as well. So, what's happened on this one? Chip down, chip. I think I'll bet. Just small. I'll try and get into call or something worse. Maybe even just an ace high. Might call there. 1-1. Like I said, I don't think they're calling. I don't think they're raising as a bluff. Basically, ever there. So. This guy seems really tight as well. I've only got 11 hands on him, but he's never raised one before, opened one before, so I think I can set mine. It isn't a pure set mine, like I said before, because there is some hands which, if he had ace king, I think a lot of the time it's just checking back to me. So I think I get to showdown quite often if I've got the best hand. Okay, when he calls me up here, it's a nice low flop for me, so he probably hasn't connected to it. Very dry as well, there's not much there. This guy's actually never. I've only got 22 hands on him, so it's difficult to tell, but he hasn't stolen before, so I'll let that go. Shows it 100% fold still. So. Ace queen here. Ace queen is relatively tight. This is pretty loose here. I think I am going to squeeze this here. I mean, this is relatively tight, but I think he folds a lot of the time. If this guy calls, I think he's going to call really wide. So let's bear that in mind on the flop. I'll just fold that there. And again, I'm just going to sit out for 1 second. I just want to see. I'll sit out this one. I just want to see my stats. Oh, it's not bringing them up this time. It's too loose to call there. This is 3-bet. It's only done it once and it was on the. So I would have gone with it if you'd raised me, but. I'm going to bet here. I'm going to make it quite big as well because I think he's called me relatively wide and he could have a draw. I think now I've just got to play this. I've just got to pot control this now. Could certainly have an out. I'm just going to put a blocker out here, 150. If he raises me, I'm going to fold it. And you never know, I could get some thin value out of it. So. Interesting to see what he had. He must have had a 5. Oh, pair of 4s. And that's the other thing about pot controlling it on that ace. You just. It's the same guy. I'm not sure what's happened here. Did I call? Oh no, we're just been checked. I'll just fold. Yeah, by pot controlling on the ace, it does give the impression that we've probably got nothing. To somebody who is maybe not thinking too much. This multi-way, I'm just going to give up. He's raised it to 150 here, so I think because he's raised it big, I'm not going to set mine. I'm just going to just 3 there. When he 4-bets me, he is relatively tight, so I'm going to fold that there. I think he's calling really wide here, and I've got absolutely nothing, so I'm going to bet. I've probably got a queen here or a 10, so when that comes, I've just got to fold. And they are through that an awful lot. So it's tempting to 4-bet it as a bluff. I think I'm going to. I think it doesn't even need to be big really. I'll take it to 11. I mean that's the thing. It's a 3-betting an awful lot. I mean, I just don't know how much they're shoving. I can't imagine they're 5-bet shoving lights very often. So I think I think you really can fall back an awful lot more as a bluff. Especially if you can make it small. I think I might 3-bet this here. No hands on him, so I don't really know how he's going to react, but ten jack here. I think I will squeeze with this 2-4 just because he seems really tight. So I think you can steal any two. Here, I'm just going to let go. Fold there. That seems really tight as well on the big blinds, so steal that one. And just fold that there, and fold there. He's got 100% fold to 3-bet, so I'm just going to 3-bet that there. Here I'm just going to fold, because he's only half stacked. I don't think he's a professional half stacker either. So. If he was a professional half stacker, I'd be a lot more inclined to 3-bet him small. Just relentlessly 3-bet them small, because especially if the sort of professional short stacker who buys in for 40 big blinds or 50 big blinds, and then only 4-bets jams when they're 3-bet or folds, because then they end up putting a shed load of money in when they 4-bet jam, and then if you 3-bet with a pretty polarized range, so you know, it makes it very easy to fold when you've got nothing in this 4-bet jam, and very easy to call when they 4-bet jam. This guy's playing a 3-3. She's playing very tight, so I'll just call here. I'm not sure, so I'm just going to call. I mean, he's playing very tight, but I think my ace, obviously, I've got to carry on there. Diamond on the. I've got the nut flush draw. I do think he's playing very tight there, so I think there's a very good chance. I think there's a really good chance that he's got a big hand here, but I think I want to see a showdown. So in order to see a showdown, I'm going to min raise it. I hope that he just calls here. At the end of the day, I've got the nut flush draw here, so he could. So he hasn't got the nuts at this point, no matter what, because I have only folded. I just thought it'd enable me to see the river an awful lot cheap, just because I'd have been on a big hand. I mean, with the benefit of hindsight, I could have just called with the nut flush draw there and hoped that he bluffed off if a diamond came, but he didn't strike me as I saw a player who's going to bluff the river there if it becomes a diamond. And I also thought he had something. So. 5-10. I think we have to fold actually. Yeah. Let's fold that. I'd really like to be able to see what my stats are. I might just try once more setting it out to see if it shows me this time. It seems a bit loose, so I'm going to fold that. Fold there. Hopefully it'll show me my stats. I'm not sure why it was before and it isn't now, but oh. I mean, there is a way for me to see it, which is to go into Hold'em Manager, which actually I might just do. I mean, he's 3-betting really. No, that's not. I mean, he's 3-betting an awful lot. Actually, he's only 3-bet once and he was on the button, so I think I'm going to give that some credit actually. Oh, oops, Hold'em Manager's just crashed. Okay, I've got. What's happened here? I can't quite remember. Oh, he's called me out of position. I think I'm just gonna. Bet a normal amount and build a pot. I think I've got the best hand, so. I mean, I want him to call here, so I'm going to make this slightly small. It's really dry. There's no draw, so I mean, he's got a hand here. I mean, you know, is it King 10 or is it a Jack? Hopefully, something like that. So if I make it a bit smaller, I think he's going to call me relatively wide, and I'll make the river relatively big. If I just bring up this, playing a 25-22. Is that me actually? Yeah, so playing a 25-22, 5% through there, so I'm not that loose, but I'll fold that one. Fold that there. Raising 71% of buttons, so it's relatively high. He's called me on the button here. He calls me on the button there. I think I am going to just check this here. What was that ace for? I think I'm going to check give up here. I think there's an awful lot he can have, and I don't think I'm going to get it off him very often. Him off it, so I'll just let that go. Let's just check. I'm not sure how often my 2's good there. I mean, he did just limp in, but it doesn't mean he's got absolutely nothing, so I think I'm just going to fold that there. I'll raise that. goes relatively tight, but it's got 100% fold to 3-bet, so, and I haven't 3-bet a single middle position, so I think I look very strong when I do that. Unfortunately, this guy is 4-betting his own, got fold. He's never stolen before in the small blind, so I think I'm going to give him some credit. He's donked into me here. I think he could be quite weak there, so I'm going to raise. I've got 2 other cards as well, so. I think this looks like the draw now. He just calls me there. It's 8 here. I think I'm going to just fold that. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what he's got when he does that, to be honest, but I'm going to shove anyway because I think there's a fair chance that he's on the draw. And if he did just call him with a pair, I mean, it looks like I am so strong when I do that. It just doesn't look like I'm on the draw, which I'm not, but yeah. I think he's calling me pretty wide there. It's nice just to see how many tables he's playing. 3. So he's a relatively good player, probably. I'm going to bet there because I think he's more inclined to be calling in with raises. I'll bet there because I have got an out too. He's opened it really big, but yeah, I have got an out to the club just in case. And also, I put him more on a pair or something like that, and I could easily have a king there. And it's difficult for him to call me twice, especially if he hasn't got a club. And he did make it big. He made it 250, which makes it look as if he's got a bigger hand. But obviously, I've got to go with it now. He hasn't. Is that guy from before? Oh, he's sucked out anyway. I think I'm going to call that there. He's only made it 1. I think I'm just going to bet. I think I'm just going to bet $1. And my hand's going to be good some of the time. When he raises it 1, I know he's only raised me 1, but I just think I'm beat. I think I can fold even though it's only 1 more. I'll just fold there. Got the straight draw here, so I'm going to check raise him. I'm going to make it quite big as well. When he raises me, I mean, it definitely certainly looks like he's got a hand. I'm only getting 2 to 1 on the draw, and spade draws there, so it's not looking good. But I do think if I call and I hit, I think there's a very good chance I'm stacking him, so I am going to call. Yeah, I really think if it had come down to 7 or a 2, he would have gone with it. So. It's 3-bet. This looks like 3-bet's an awful lot, so I'm going to 4-bet to 10. Oh. And they seem to be folding an awful lot of 4-bet bluffs. It's probably quite important to remember, because if I've got a big hand, I'm probably going to want to slow play it, because they're folding so many 4-bets. He's got 100% fold, so I'll steal it. Actually, he hasn't. He doesn't usually fold actually, but got Jack 10, so it sort of depends what he's gonna. Whether he's going to call or 3-bet, and he's never 3-bet me before, so if he's just going to call, that would be alright. This guy also has never 3-bet me before, now he's saying, I'm going to let that go. Fold 3, that's 50. So I think I'm just going to let that go. Fold the straight one, so I'm just going to bet relatively big. I'm actually going to make it even bigger. I'm not very balanced when I do that, but. And actually, it would have been better to make it smaller if he does check raise me. But I don't think he check raises me. I think when he check raises me here, I think he's got a really big hand. I wouldn't be surprised if he's got 10s or 9s here. And when we merger it, I just feel he's got a really big hand here. So I'm gonna raise, because I really feel he's got a big hand. So I think if you think he's got a big hand, then you've just got to get the money in. I'm not going to raise it too big, so he can still shove over the top here. And he had 10s. I'm really not surprised at all, because quite often, I mean, I don't know how good a player he is. I'm presuming he might be a bit of a fish. I don't know. But when they min raise like that out of position, it is just practically always a solid nuts. I think I can call this here. Oh, I was just about to say, because I don't think I'm getting squares on very often, but then I've just looked. He's got 33% squeeze, so. This guy's opening 50% of cutoffs. So I think I can raise this here. Yeah, unfortunately he squeezes all the time. I've just set myself off that. I should have looked before I just called, but I'm just going to let that go now. Again, that's another good spot. Again, if you've got a hand, just call behind. I'm going to bet. I'm going to go pretty big. Yeah, because when he just calls, I mean, he's not particularly repping much, and I'm positive he doesn't want to get that in there against me, so I could easily have a set. Has 3-bet me as well. Flop there. I'm just going to bet a normal amount here. I think he's, at this point, if I bet, he's definitely calling with something that beats me. I mean, do I think he hasn't got anything? I mean, his river aggression's 1, so I think he's got it every time. So just gotta let that go. He probably had a 10, I reckon. I'm just going to fold that there because that guy doesn't really give in very much. I'll fold there. And yeah, I mean, I will set mine here. I think quite often I do get paid off when I hit. And also, like as before, I'm not completely giving up. Because these are called behind me, I'm going to give up, but it doesn't necessarily mean I'm definitely giving up if I set mine for. So I've got 100% fold. So I'll steal that one then. And I think I've just got to fold that there. If he's donking out into 3 players, then you'd imagine he's got a big hand. And again, this guy folds all the time, so it's a good one to steal on the cutoff. Although this guy does 3-bet. I'm just going to let that go. He's got 100% fold on the button, but he is pretty aggressive, so I think I'm just going to fold down there. Is that one? This guy raises me every time, so I think I might just call actually. It's nice when I call and I hit an ace, I must admit, but I might just check that back now for pot control, there's no point. When he raises here, I'm going to just call that. I'm just gonna. He's got 18 left, so it's been 15 left. I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna raise this to 1050. I'm gonna raise this. I mean, unless he had an 8, which is checked it back, but I've got to raise this for value anyway. I mean, if he shoves on me, I'm not 100% sure, to be honest, if he shoves on me. I mean, you would imagine he would have probably bet an 8 on the flop. He might not have. Oh, and he's really raised me here. He certainly looks like a big hand, but he's only made it really small, so I'm going to call. Yeah, I mean, when he re-raises that there, I think he's got a big hand. And when he shoves, I really feel that he's definitely got a big hand there. So I don't think there's any point in getting ace king in on pre-flop against that. I think it's a range of pretty much solid aces or kings. I mean, maybe queens. Okay, I'm going to end the video. I might do a part 4 actually, so I'll be back in a second.